Hi guys, welcome to JM Talk Show episode 4. I'm your host Joshua Muya. And if you have not yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, kindly do so today. And today with me I have a guest who is a gospel artist from Kenya, a worship leader, and also an evangelist. He has sung several songs. Without further ado, let me welcome him so that we can hear from him. Dan, welcome to the show. Welcome.
Thank you.
Tell us about yourself.
Wow. My name is Daniel. That is my stage name, the name that people knows me all over the world. And I'm born again. I love the Lord. I am a married man to one beautiful girl. I call her Sweetie. Her name is Rahab. We have been blessed by the Lord with 3 beautiful children. And they are growing up. The youngest is turning 17, and we thank God for his faithfulness. I'm a family man. I'm a gospel music minister. I am a preacher of the gospel, and I love the Lord. And I'm glad that Joshua is also my friend.
All right, now tell us, when did your music journey start, and specifically worship songs?
I don't remember when I wasn't singing, because since I was a baby, I was singing.
Right.
But now coming into real music, this is about now 27 years ago, 26, 27 years ago. I've been a worship leader for all those years, and I've been in music for all this time. And the grace of God has been upon my life. I major only on worship music, praise and worship music. And music is very broad. It's very wide. So not everybody is you can be a gospel musician, but not everybody who is a gospel musician is a praise and worship music minister. There's some of them who sings evangelistic songs. There's some people who are gifted to do patriotic songs. They are still in the gospel scope. There are people who are gifted even to doing love songs, as far as the gospel is concerned, because gospel is all round. It is not one-sided. Okay, we have concentrated so much when we say gospel music that we only think about gospel music as praise and worship. But as believers and as Christians, as born-again people, we are all rounded. It is not just one-sided. There is the spirit, the soul, and the body. And in all these scopes, there are music meant for every time in life. We got, in gospel music, we got celebration songs. We got songs for funeral. We got songs for marriage, weddings. We got all scopes. We got love songs. Like in the book of Songs of Solomon, there is a scope that talks about love. And it talks about love in death. So we need all this, but Dan M majors in praise and worship. And that does not mean that anybody else doing other music other than worship and praise is not gospel. Because there is someone who has been gifted by God to tell stories of the Bible. Some people like Bahati Bukuku. Bahati Bukuku will talk about a story. He will say, Waraka wa mani. And she will sing for 25 minutes, giving the story. It's not worship, it's not praise, but it's talking about a Bible story. So it's good to differentiate. And it's also good not to be judgmental, because everybody thinks that all music should be praise and worship music. Just imagine how boring music would be.
Sure, and in that juncture, you are talking about your son. Sasa si unaweza tuambie ile song yako ya kwanza uliimba ndio watu wa connect your first hit song, and what inspired you to do the song?
I remember I had done the first album I had done was a Kikuyu album, and though it was given airplay, it didn't reveal me, it did not expose me, it didn't bring me into the limelight. The first song I did was Goroya Kwa. It was Goroya Kwa Nebo Koinera Nyodo Warrior Wemonene. It's known by people, but it didn't get to give me a breakthrough that people wouldn't have known me. But that that song, when I did it gave me a breakthrough of a life because it connected me with people who were able to take me to a different level and realm in music. Because it connected me with a great producer in this land. He used to do productions of Kikuyu music and sometimes Swahili music. And when I got connected with him, God used him. Because then I had lived a very humble life. Sometimes life is not so easy and simple as people think. I had lived a very humble life, and I had done a production which was very poorly done. But that production helped me to get somewhere. Because I remember I did it in Soweto. Soweto is in Kayole, some place that was a serious slum. But I had a friend of mine who had a studio there. So I went there and I did the first production.
Yeah.
It was not the best. But that production, what it did, it landed in someone's hands who had the ability to take my gift and enlarge it and bring it to the limelight. And that man, people call him Joro. He's called Joro. People call him Joro. Those were those days. And when I came to him and when he noticed me, one thing he told me, he said, from today, your work is to sing, my work is to go to the studio, do the production of the videos. And when I enjoyed him and when I came together with him, God was so faithful. Because when we did an album, it was Swahili. So when we did the Swahili album, I wasn't even doing it for me to be known or to become a big thing. But when we did it, God gave it favor. I tried going to all media houses when we finished doing it. And it's like my time for media houses was not come yet. So what did I do? Then music was being bought all over Nairobi. There were so many music shops. So what did I do? And I want to encourage someone and tell you, don't be lazy in whatever thing that you're doing. Arise and work and do something about it. Because if I just did the song and start down, then maybe nobody would have known it. But what I did after I finished doing that album, and I realized it's not being aired on media houses, and I tried talking to several media personalities that couldn't pick my music and air it, I decided, I went to the city of Nairobi, and I carried a bunch of my CDs, and I went shop after shop, distributing for free, not having them pay immediately. It was like, if you sell, I'll come around, then I can collect some money. But God was so faithful that the day I decided I'm going to distribute in every shop in Nairobi, I would leave like 3 CDs. But they would say, they would always text, let's see, what kind of a song have you sung? Because nobody knew down there then. What song have you sung? Let's put it on. Immediately they played it. A customer would buy immediately. Before I go to the next shop, the first shop that I had gone for to distribute the first shop, they would say, hello, are you the person who left the 3 CDs? Yes, can they bring us 10 and we are paying now. Wow. So I distributed personally, shop after shop after shop after shop.
Wow, an interesting journey. And to cut you short for a while, you came and now started singing these 8 songs.
Yes.
Hakuna wa kufanana na Yesu.
Yes.
Nilifurahi waliponiambia twende nyumbani kwa baba.
Yes.
I know our viewers can relate to those songs.
Yes.
Now tell us what inspired you to sing this song. Nilifurahi waliponiambia twende nyumbani kwa baba, because viewers know that song. I know they know that song.
Well, I told you my background and what I'm called and cut out for. It is worship and praise. So my inspiration is God and the Holy Spirit. So any song I sing, I direct it to God. So He is my inspiration. So my songs are the songs that sings to and about God. So most of the songs that I do, I've done other songs later that maybe would talk about something, but mostly the songs that I do, the inspiration is directly from the Lord, because my songs addresses God. My song talks about God. The songs that I sing are ministering to God and to the people. So even when I was doing those songs, Actually, I was just doing the song. I was enjoying it. I was feeling good. I'm singing it unto the Lord. That was the agenda. I never even thought that I would become a hit. I never thought that anybody would know me. I never thought that anybody would really appreciate what I'm doing. Because I had done also another CD previously that didn't go too much. But I came to realize that God's timing is always the best. He knows when He wants you revealed and exposed. That's what exactly happened to me. Hakuna wako fanana na Yesu we, hakuna wako fanana naye, hakuna wako linganishwa na Baba, hakuna wako fanana naye. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Hakuna waku fanana we.
Oh, that one is awesome. And now looking the music from a broad perspective, specifically focusing on worship songs, how can you describe them?
We have really developed as far as gospel music ministry is concerned. We were only used to singing songs that were not very much a lot of skill was not put into place. But as time goes by, a lot of skill is put in place. Great artists and great talents have been revealed. Great and powerful singers because of the exposure. Because if you want to go somewhere, you have to join someone that has been there or someone is going there. So the journey of music in Kenya has continued to grow and develop in a great magnitude. And what I would like to say is that when most of the singers and gospel music singers began to understand it is about ministry before it becomes business, then we have started to do very awesome and great pieces of works. Because I know there are people who come into gospel music because they want to make a name and money. In other words, for them it's business. But for me and for many others that I know, it is ministry which produces a business out of it, whereby what you do, it brings in some result. Because once, like when I was doing it, I never thought even I would sell any music. I never knew anybody would know me. But what happened is that that CD became so big in Kenya and in Tanzania, so that the Tanzanians started calling me. And I started traveling to Tanzania to go to missions and to sing. I remember one time I was invited in what they call Tamasha. Tamasha is a very big event held in a stadium with hundreds of thousands of people coming to that event. Serious event. And I was there and I was like, what? It was amazing. I mean, they pay you for your air ticket, your accommodation in a good hotel, and they pay you, they appreciate you well. The kind of honorarium they give you, it's quite awesome. Why? Because it is a journey which when it begins to touch people, people begins to reciprocate. So I would like to say that before music, gospel music becomes business, we have to allow it be ministry. We have to minister to the people and to the heart of God. And after that, because God is a rewarder, He's going to reward your effort.
Sure, and based on your music journey, you've just said you have to look someone who is heading the direction you are. That is a mentor. Do you have someone you look up to like a mentor in the worship sector?
I got several, and I got a lot of people that has inspired me, a lot of people who has made me want to rise up and to grow and become something. All through these times as I was growing, I remember Reverend Kathy Kuna. She was such a great inspiration in those early days, in the 90s, in the early 2000s. She was such a great blessing, and I would look at her and I would admire what she was doing. And even as a member in their church, in JCC, and I got several other people who were a great inspiration. They may not be in Kenya. I got a lot of people that I see that I look up to. They are outside Kenya, maybe abroad. People like Donnie McCarthy, somebody like Cecil Winans, some teams like Joyous Celebration in South Africa, people like Dube Today is one of the great musicians in South Africa.
Yeah.
So these are some of the people that I have looked up to and that has inspired me all through. And by this, it makes me never rest. I do not arrive. Because when people start to say to you, oh, you know what, oh, you're a great singer,
Yeah.
you are doing such a great job, oh, you are so anointed. What comes around is that it complacency. You just feel like now you're in a comfort zone. Now I don't need to do too much. But I allow myself to be challenged by when I look at the people that has been ahead of me, people that has made it in music, people who are still making it. You know, I'm so happy about Sarah Kay. Sarah Kay has been there for years and years. And she's one of those people that has continued to be of importance and to do it so powerfully and so greatly. And these are people that makes you also want to do something better. Because when you see what they're doing, you also say, oh, so I can also do something better and something greater. And a lot of kudos to Sarah Kay. A lot of kudos to people like Florence Moretti. A lot of kudos to people like Iblum Wanjiru. These are people that we are in the same arena and we are all pushing to bring the best to Kenyans and to the people that are around the world that loves what we do. And very many others that I may not be able to mention. But I appreciate what they're doing. People like Akina Frank Mtakatifu doing a great job. Tumaini is a good friend of mine, doing a great job. People like Akina Gloria Moreno. People like Akina Solomon Mkubwa. These are great musicians and worshipers. And I wonder why some people say that we don't have mature music in Kenya. Because we've got powerful musicians. But who airs music on radio and on TV are our young people. Who will air music of the young people that are singing, that they can relate with, they can understand. So you sometimes find even in the media houses, the scope of the music that is played is the younger generation rather than the older generation. But we thank God because they're also growing up and they're maturing up and they are getting to understand, you know, the importance of mature music in media houses.
Yeah, you just talked about the young generation, whereby they just try something like they get to gospel industry with some years, not industry like ministry, with some years they quit to secular. What's your take on that? From gospel to secular?
It is, you know, these are choices. I wouldn't say there is a particular reason per se, because even me, it is a choice I made. I want to remain as a gospel music minister, regardless of anything. Even if I'm given an offer, how great, how big, how awesome, how amazing it could be like, I'm not interested. It doesn't matter how much money could be in the secular. I would still remain in the gospel, even if I don't have money. I would still do gospel. Why? Because I have chosen God.
Yeah.
I have chosen I want to serve God. I will not mix God and the secular world. I want to minister the secular world with the gospel music, that I can win the people that are in the secular world into the kingdom of God. Because secular means without God.
Yeah.
So I would want to bring God to them. So I wouldn't allow them to influence me. So I don't blame even those that have made their choices to go back to the world while they still remain. They were doing okay in the gospel. It is their choice. And everybody is entitled to their opinion and choice.
Sure, and most of them defend themselves and say, I'm in secular but my heart is for God, provided I've not joined any demonic cult. What's your take on that?
You can never be in the secular and in the gospel. You can only be in one. You cannot be born again and not born again. You can only be born again or not born again. It cannot be both of them. So that is a lie to themselves. They are lying to themselves, and they know it. They know it very well. They know it very well. Whoever has done that, that person knows that what they're saying is not true. Because you can never be in gospel and in secular. You can never be born again and be an unbeliever. It can't be. You can only be one. You cannot be two of them.
Yeah. And now that maybe there's some viewers who are watching and they have like the passion, like they want to join the worship, how do you call it?
Worship
section. These of
worship.
songs, artists. So basically,
gospel music ministry.
Gospel ministry, yeah. So basically, what advice do you have for them? Like, what should they do to get into the ministry? let's say they have the passion to sing, and they
what-
don't know the first step to take. So, what's what advice would you give them?
Now the thing is, you cannot have something and cover it forever. It comes a time whereby, I remember one person who really helped me told me 4 things that whether it's talent, whether it's a gift, whether it's ministry, whether it's business, whether it's anything that you have, 4 things you must do. You must discover. So if you have a talent, you got to discover that you have the talent. And after you discover that you have the talent, what do? You excavate the talent. Like for example, if you have a land that has got mines, that has got gold in it, and you need to mine the gold, you have to discover it's there.
Yeah.
But after discovering, what will you do? You excavate. You have to excavate the gold out of the mine. So you got to excavate. You got to bring out the talent, and then you got to refine. Just like when you discover you have gold in your land, you excavate it, you bring it out, you refine it. Why are you refining the gold? To make it valuable. So as a musician, if you want to refine your talent, it is to package it by either going to the studio and recording a song or songs, and then putting those songs in the correct and the proper platforms where it is supposed to be seen and expose you and also bring you revenues. You see? So you refine it. Then after refining your talent, packaging it, you must package it. Then you must market the talent. I tell singers and musicians, you can sing forever in church, and the church people may never appreciate your gift. But the day you will go to the studio and record and bring out a product, give them a finished product, your level will appreciate. They will no longer just see you as a singer in church, but they will realize, oh, this person has a product. And you'll be so surprised that someone is willing to receive your product even with 10,000 shillings, other than just receive your ministry in church even with 100 shillings. You will sing so much in church, but when you have not extracted your product and have something to show for what you do, people may never even tell you, take this 200 shillings and take a song. But when they begin to realize you have packaged yourself, you have improved yourself, you have a product that it's called this song by so and so, not only will they appreciate you by listening, but they will appreciate you from their pockets. So I want to encourage any singer, anybody who has a talent, anybody who knows he has a singing talent. And a singing talent, I mean you can sing. Not loving singing, but you can sing. It is your high time to run to the studio. And nowadays there are people even who sign people. If they realize you have a talent, they sign you. You just sign a contract with them. Then you can produce a song because you have a talent. So you are able to be exposed. And before you know it, that talent becomes your livelihood. You eat, you drink, you sleep, you dress that talent. Because God does not give us talents just for the sake of giving us talent. It is for that talent to benefit you. And it's the highest time. Whatever talent that you have, I would want to encourage you. Please, bring it out. Package it. Let it become a blessing. And let it become something that can be of profit to your life. It is possible. All you need to do is to start from where you are. Don't wait until you get to the level of Dan M, or to the level of Evelyn Wanjiru, or level of Sarah Kay. Ask us the story where we started from, and we will tell you we started where nobody even can think. So start where you are, and you will see great results.
Oh, and as your fans, what are we looking forward to? Is there a collab or song which is coming?
Lately God has been speaking to me in my mother tongue. I got a few songs that I'm going to be releasing very, very soon, maybe in a week's time or 2 weeks' time. Kikuyu very powerful songs. I've got a Kikosha song, I've got a worship song that are coming out soon. Powerfully, kindly. You can get actually some. I think I've done an audio and I've just dropped it on the YouTube. You can just check on it on my YouTube channel, Dan M Official. Dan M Official. DAN space EM then official. Dan M Official. You can find latest songs from me, and they will bless you so much. And even on Facebook, you can still find me, Dan M Unstoppable. On Instagram is still Dan M. On TikTok is Dan M. On Snapchat is Dan M. You'll find me on, and of course on Twitter.
And to wind up, you said that you're an evangelist. Do you have like a church?
Not an evangelist per se. You can say pastor.
Oh, pastor.
Yes, I'm pastor, but at the moment we are in the process. We are opening a church. Soon we will be letting our people, our fans, our friends who love Dan M Ministry, we will be letting them know where the church will be and where we'll be opening the church soonest. And in the process, we will let the people know where we are, where they can find us, where they can locate us. Soon we will be doing that.
Alright, and with those 3 verses, this brings us to the end of the show. Thank you so much for coming,
Amen.
Showing up for GM Talk Show.
Amen.
Alright, so our viewers, thank you so much for being part and parcel of the video. By watching, if you have not yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, kindly do so. Danny M has already given a social media handles, Danny M Official, that is YouTube, and the other handles. Go there, follow his work, and you're going to get blessed. Thank you so much for being part of JM Talk Show episode 4, and bye until next time.